Well, a little later than normal. Middle of October, and we're finally getting the manure cleaned out of our cattle area here. About a month later than normal. So we need to get this area all worked up, get it drying out so that we can start getting it ready for bringing the cows home and for winter. So. Beautiful sunny day. It was really cold these last couple days. It's been really cold. Last night it got down to I think -10, -12. Daryl and Arch and Peter and Terry are heading out to do finish up the last of our soybeans. So I am going to start working on our anhydrous applicator, our deep tiller. Getting it ready to start putting hydrous down. Again, a little later. Normally we start around October 10th, and this year's just been later altogether. So hopefully we can get going with anhydrous yet today. We'll see how it goes.
Well, we're hoping to get back at it today. It's been kind of a miserable few days here. Not really amounting to a whole lot of rain, which that's good, but just wet enough and such that we have not been able to go. We got 190 acres of beans left to go, and we're hoping to get at it here today. If we can get it done, awesome. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so combines are hooked up, check. Greased, check. Air filters cleaned out, check. They were grossly dirty. That soybean dust was horrid. I think we are ready to go. Oh yeah, we're fed up. Food's done. Tummy's full. So Gert's got everything hooked up. Notice that on my header, again, this thing is a little bit low, so we'll put that on. That'll build up to about 45, and then we should be good. I asked Arch, his machine is good. So we are on our way out to the field.
Okay, this is the unit we're gonna run. This year, we're only actually gonna run one unit for anhydrous at this point. The other quad track we're gonna get going, the harrows, it's got lots of harrowing to do. So that's the plan right now. Manpower, lots of things on the go. I gotta put this monitor in there. We like to take the monitors out when we're not using them. Makes for a little bit better visibility. So I'm gonna put this monitor right there. And I think that's all I need to do to the cab. Make sure that my speed, I gotta make sure that the speed reads for this in order to get my proper product down. So a few things I gotta test, make sure that works, and then I got all the hoses and just make sure that the deep tiller is ready to go. So yeah, I'll go right here. The plan was that we wanted to get the anhydrous applicator running through our Pro 700. That was on one of the list of things to do that we obviously never did get done, but that is something that we'd like to have everything built into our Pro 700. Even less monitors, everything through one. This is my speed sensor that I'm hooking up. That's this wire. It runs actually right, I take this wire and I run it right to my receiver on the roof. I'm not supposed to, that is supposed to get my speed, so I get my rate. product down. Right on. Well, that's a good sign. I got power. That's my master on and off. Kind of an old monitor, old looking monitor. Don't really like it, but it is simple. I plug it in right to this wire right here. Like I said, this is a little more Mickey Mouse than I prefer, but it does work. There, I normally tape that together, that connection. Need some zip ties, and that'll be good enough.
This here driveway is probably among our worst driveways on the farm. I think it was made for 1-ton trucks, so yeah, not fun. Truck semis do not work off of this one. In fact, the combines, we gotta be careful. Okay.
Hey Daryl,
in the field.
did you copy?
Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
I just jumped into Terry's tractor here just to get it going. I noticed we only had 3 bars of fuel in this tractor, so we have a bit of fuel left in the Arch's truck, but that's at Kendall's place right now, so I don't know if Kendall, you can hear me or not, but yeah, we need to get some fuel.
Okay, we are going. Got the one set of headlamps done. I'm just opening up the east side here now. Arch has made his way to the west side. And the trucks are 3/4 of a mile straight ahead of me. So I guess by the time I get there, I'm going to be dang near full. Once we get the headlamps done, we're going to do another sample. Green loss sample, just because things have changed a little bit, different type of soil, different kind of beans, and we've had some pretty frosty nights, so I don't think it's going to change much, but I just want to verify that everything's good to go. Last week our losses were very, very minimal, and so just gotta double check that we're still good there.
That number, our miles per hour, should match this number, and as long as that does, then we're spot on. So this is reading 2 mile an hour. That's 2 mile an hour. Yeah, they're 0.1 apart. So right on, that's working. Right on. So Peter just called me as I was working on that, and they forgot to fuel up our green cart tractor. This is gonna have to wait for a little bit. I gotta go bring the guys fuel so they can keep on combining. Those fuel tanks are empty. Between detailing and harvest and everything, we're sure pound through the fuel these days. Detailing takes quite a bit of fuel, so I didn't even get my slip tank full, but we'll head out there and see if that's enough to get them finished for the field. So okay, looks like they've got this field opened up. This field's 140 acres. We'll just see how they're doing, and then I better head back and get that unit running. Yeah. Lots of dust. Should be good and dry. And hopefully this is the last day in the beans.
Arch, I think when we get to the end, I'll let you pass me. I'm just going to throw the pan underneath just to verify that we're good. And yep, everything, like, I'm assuming your grain loss looks very much the same as the other day.
Yeah, I would say it's better.
Yeah, mine would be at least definitely not worse. So I'll just drop the pan and we'll see where she's at. So okay, so I've left settings the same. Plants are a little wetter, so I'm not sure if that's why my grain loss monitor's reading a little bit better, but Arch is saying his is probably reading a little better than last time there too. So again, we've got our sensitivity set up really, really high so that it detects anything and everything, which is the way I like it. And I'm just gonna grab my little remote here, and we will see here shortly. We've been running right around 4.5 miles an hour, and things are cutting good. We could probably push it a bit more, but I don't know. If everything's working good, and at this rate, we're not breaking nothing, so that's the main thing. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna drop the pan here shortly. There it goes. And we'll see here shortly as to what's in it. I'm actually gonna check something else. I know I've been having a bit of header loss, and I'm gonna see how that plays out here too, because I can actually look underneath this pan and we'll tell. So I'm gonna take everything that's in here. Oh, it's wet, definitely wet. And we'll put it all in my handy dandy little blower. Oh, there's that soybean dust that I love so much. And I'm standing downwind. Okay, here's the other thing that's interesting is I want to look here and just see. That pan is 2.5 square feet. So this is going to tell us what we have for losses. So I got one here, and I got one there. That's even better than I thought. Oh, I got another one over here. So this is header loss. The reason I know that is because the pan was dropped after the header, but before the combine. So we're gonna say 3.5. Whew, good thing I moved the direction I was sitting. Huh. Yeah, I got like nothing. So, yeah. Anyway, again, verifies the other day. I think looks like I've got the equivalent of about, I don't know, the equivalent of, well, we'll wait, we'll find out. Golly, it doesn't even register. So yeah, so in 2.5 square feet, this little bit is what I'm throwing over. So that's
all right. We were going over the cultivator and the guys came in the yard, and we've noticed that we haven't had this in a long, we actually haven't had this on this cultivator much, but we have had some. A little puzzled because we drive fairly slow when we're deep tilling. We go deep, there's lots of moisture, but we have a whole bunch of cracks. So we got a crack there, a crack up there, and a crack there. So I got to do some welding. I got to grind that out, weld it, and then yeah, I got to put all these hoses. They need to go into that bracket down there. So not a fun job, but it's got to get done. So
look at these beans, they were seeded, I'm thinking it was just about 2 weeks later than the rest of our beans because the field was so wet. And when you look at these beans, they aren't quite branched out or bushied out the same as the other beans that we've been doing. Varieties are all similar, and they've been similar as things we've done in the past. So that way we didn't cheat heat units and that kind of thing because it was getting late. I gambled on it because I don't know, I just like to gamble. But I'm not sure whether the plants just knew they needed to shut down earlier or whatever. Did we run out of, I don't know. There could be any kind of science, whether we ran out of sun, whether we ran out of heat, whether we actually maybe towards the end, did they actually run out of water or get a little too dry? I don't know what it was. I mean, you got the mud holes that are definitely wet, so that'll hurt the yield in those spots, but even overall, it's just a little bit down from some of our other beans. Still yielding very, very good. Like in our area, for us to be hitting 40 bushel beans is good. I would say an average to above would be 40. Yeah, I'll be over average. So when we're getting over 40, we're very, very happy. And these beans are doing good. We're still finding spots here that we're well over the 50 mark. Our average is probably down. I don't know, we'll see what it's like in the end because it's hard to tell with different things. But I'm thinking we're going to be down probably 5 bushel an acre from normal.
You said there's 7.
Alrighty. I went over the whole hoses, had some help from Jackson and my nephew Beckton. They helped me out, and I believe we're ready to go. I got my tank over there. We're gonna hook up and see whether we can do get this unit rolling here. I've checked all my lines to make sure that my lines were actually putting fertilizer in them, but now what we look for is for them all to go white and stay frosty. So if that happens, we're good to go. I'm putting 90 pounds down on this field. It'll fluctuate a little bit, but
got 15-foot strip, and soybeans 2022 are finished. Just gotta clean the combines off and we're good to go in.
Okay, that's a wrap. I did the first 80, worked pretty good. Field looks really good. We're gonna have to harrow it yet, but hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for taking the time to watch.